Hello, welcome to week 2 of Prep Week. I'm going to talk to you guys today about meal prepping and planning and why it's important and how it's really going to help you succeed, especially if you have goals to lose weight or maintain weight. And then hopefully it becomes a lifestyle change and you don't have to count calories anymore because it's become second nature to you and it's easy. Eating food should not be boring and it should not be stressful. I think that's really one thing that I love about Beachbody and their meal plans is that you're never starving, you're always full, and I have found with some plans that it's hard for me to finish all the food that I have for the day. But 80% of nutrition and fitness, 80% of, I don't even know how to say that, of fitness is your nutrition. And maybe it's 80% of health is your nutrition. But it's so important. You can work out hours in a day and never see results because of how you're eating. I have done all the diets, I feel like. I have tried them all. I did the Whole30 twice. I did it one time 3 years ago before I got pregnant and the second time this year in January, and I loved it, and it really helped me understand what clean eating is. The Whole30 is super strict, so going from that to this eating plan that we have or that we provide for you was like a gold mine because I felt that it was sustainable and that I didn't have to cut everything out. The Whole30 is an elimination diet where you take certain foods out so that you can, when you put them back into your body, you can understand how they affect you. And I really think that, especially with my bad habits in the past, with binge eating and with starving myself, that was hard for me to do an elimination diet because those feelings of restricting foods came back, and it really was kind of this mind game. And it wasn't healthy for me. I have also found that controlling what I eat helps my anxiety. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I love that you can eat well and not starve yourself and not starve your brain. I know it's hard mentally to go on diets for a lot of people because it's like it tricks your brain and it makes you want the food more when you take it completely out of your diet. And what I love about the Beachbody meal plans is that it gives you all of these options, and if you want a slice of pizza, great, have a slice of pizza. If you want a cookie, great, have a cookie. Now, obviously, if you do have those things, you need to watch what you're eating the rest of the day, but you can still have it and see results and have success and feel better. So, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the meal plan or meal plans in general and being prepared. I think that eating clean is 100% going to be so much easier if you are prepared. If you've gone to the grocery store, if you've prepped your food, if you have things ready to go in the fridge, if you've thrown out all the junk that's in your cupboards. Otherwise, you're tempted to grab whatever's at first sight, and then it's just a vicious cycle of thinking to yourself, okay, well, I ate that, so now I'm just going to eat whatever I want to, and then you just keep digging yourself into a hole. So if you do not have a Beachbody meal plan for this group in December, talk to your coach about getting a plan or about writing out something so that you do feel prepared and that you are eating well while you're exercising. If you do have a Beachbody plan, it'll look something like this. Okay, so it's a tally sheet, and and it is all about portion control. I guess it's the same idea as counting calories, but you're not actually counting calories, you're counting containers. So let's see if it's in here. It has a chart where you do a little bit of math, and then you end up in a calorie bracket. And then based on that calorie bracket, you get a certain amount of protein, vegetables, fruits, carbs, healthy fats, seeds, and dressings a day. So that's what this would be. So like for me, I am allowed to have 3 servings of vegetables, 2 servings of fruit, 4 servings of protein, 2 servings of carbs, 1 serving of healthy fat, seeds and dressings, and this is teaspoons for like nut butters. These are what the containers look like. Okay, so like this container, it's as big as my hand, is for fruit. Can you imagine putting blueberries in this thing? Like, it's so many blueberries. It was really hard for me when I first did this to eat all of the fruit that I was allotted, and I get 3 of these. So that's awesome because I love fruit, and fruit to me is a great substitute for processed sugar. This is your carbs, and again, I filled this thing full of quinoa, and it was like a crap ton of quinoa. I was like, okay, this is a ton of carbs. This is your healthy fats, and again, like that's a lot of avocado if you stuff the avocado in there. And the other thing I love is if it fits in the container, you get to eat it. So I could shove as much as I wanted in there, and I could eat it. Let's see, my red one fell. Oh, maybe I didn't bring my red one over here, but that's my protein one. And then this is the vegetables, which is about the same one as the fruits. Anyway, so it's already 7 minutes long, and I'm going on a tangent, but the point is how you eat is really going to reflect what your success is. If you're drinking Shakeology, that counts as a protein, and that to me is like a lifesaver. It's 1 protein and 1 meal that I don't even have to think about. Or I could even use it as a dessert if I don't drink it during the day. I love doing that because then I feel full at night, and I feel like I didn't have 5 bowls of cereal. I had instead a shake, which I feel light, and I wake up in the morning not feeling like grungy and tired. So meal plan and prepping. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are going to be your meal prep days to really get yourself prepared for Sunday. And if you need recipe ideas, message us. We can post them in the group. But for me, what I do is I get the vegetables that I like to eat raw, and I cut them up, wash them. This takes like an hour, and I usually do it on Sunday. So carrots, cucumber, celery, and bell peppers. Those are the ones that I eat all the time. I wash them, I chop them all up, and I get those snack size bags. Or you can put them in your containers and store them in the fridge, or put them in the container and measure them first and then put them in the fridge. And then they're ready to go. They're ready to grab. I can eat them with hummus, I'm always in the car. I feel like I'm always eating in the car. So I need something to grab to take with me. Otherwise, I am tempted to go through a fast food, and that's just not good for me. And then the other thing that I do is I will wash all my fruit and stick that in the fridge. Forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something else. But for me, dinners, I usually cook fresh every meal. My tip is if you're already going to be cooking and you're okay eating leftovers, I am a huge leftover girl, cook in bulk one night. Like if you're going to cook that night, cook triple the amount and store it in the fridge, and then you have food ready to go for the next few days. I think that's it, really. But that is meal prepping and planning. It's so important. And for some of you who do have a Beachbody like box and you haven't opened it, open it because all of your information that you need to know is in there and it's really going to be helpful. Okay, I'm going to go, but happy Tuesday. Please post any questions or suggestions or tips that you have below, and we will talk tomorrow.